Hi, welcome to the Country Carnivore. Today's Mother's Day, so for all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. I do want to say I spoke with my mother, and she said I never asked to like or subscribe. So I feel uncomfortable asking for that, but for my mother, could you like and subscribe to my channel? I would appreciate that. Actually, my mother would appreciate that. Anyway, so today we are going to make chicken cordon bleu. I have some variations here that I'm going to play with, and this is really simple and it's really delicious. So first of all, I'm using what am I using here? 4 chicken thighs. Normally it's made with chicken breast. Most carnivores don't like the fat or lack thereof profile of a chicken breast. Like I'd rather eat sawdust. So anyway, I like chicken thighs. I like chicken thighs with the skin on because again, I want the fat. I want the skin. So what I do is I buy bone in with the skin and I just deboned these and then I hammered them. So to try to flatten them out. So those are all set. Um, the other thing I noticed is that when you buy thighs with the bone and the skin on, they tend to be bigger than the ones that are that they've already deboned and they don't have the skin. I don't know why, but at the store, like they're much smaller. So you want to get the biggest thighs you can get. I know that sounds weird. You want to get the biggest size you can get because you really want to be able to work with it and kind of fold everything so you don't have just cheese oozing out everywhere. So we'll start with that. The next thing I've got is pork panko. So these are just, I mean, it's really pork rinds just ground up, right? So this is my breading. You could just take pork rinds and grind them up and use that if you wanted to. I've also got, while I'm thinking about it, my oven is preheated to 400, which is, I've got it written down here, about 200 Celsius. So 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 Celsius. And we're not going to cook for very long. And then I've got an egg that I just put a little bit of milk. I should have done cream because it's more delicious. And I just mix that all up for dredging. Then I've got, in this case, I actually have 3 slices of ham. And then we had a little dinner party last night and I had 1 slice of prosciutto left. So I grabbed it because I'm going to make one with prosciutto and see how much more delicious that could be. And then I've got 4 slices of Swiss cheese. So for you guys, 4 big chicken thighs, a cup of pork panko, an egg with some cream, 4 slices of ham, and 4 slices of Swiss. You can certainly do more Swiss. I just find that the more cheese I put in, the more opportunity I have for cheese to just pool everywhere. So I like to keep it at a minimum. Also, a lot of carnivores try to watch their dairy intake. Or extreme ketovore-ist people. I've also got a pan here and I've lined it with parchment paper, again, in case it leaks, easy cleanup, right? So it's pretty straightforward. We're just gonna go reverse the order of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this thigh, flatten it out, and I'm going to fold my cheese in half. Or actually what I want to do is just kind of break it up so that it fits within the thigh, right? You don't want pieces hanging out. And then the same thing, this is a lot of ham, so I'm just going to kind of make it a little bit smaller so that it fits again inside the thigh. I mean, luckily you can play with these materials to get it to work for you. So once you've done that, actually, because I left the skin on, I have this kind of convenient flap that I can use to tighten these things up. So I'm going to roll this up and I'm going to make sure everything's sticking inside. Man, this is really kind of slippery. Anyway, and then once I've done that, right, I've now have this little package. And what I want to do with this now is just go ahead and put it in my egg milk mixture or egg cream. I really should have done that. It'd be so much better. And now I want to go ahead and bring that over here to the pork panko and just roll it. Make sure you roll it in a direction that you just don't unroll what you just did. That's how I figured that out. So I'm just going to coat that really well. All right. And then just make sure everything's kind of together here. You can use toothpicks if you feel like things are going to fall apart. So you can use toothpicks and put them in there and bake it with the toothpicks in it, just to kind of make sure everything stays together. That's it. Let's go to the next one. All right, guys, I know it's fascinating to watch me cook. Actually, I'll go ahead and talk for a second here. So last night we had our new neighbors over for dinner, and my very, very sweet neighbor, Teddy, made a carnivore dessert to bring over here. How sweet is that? So I thought that was really considerate. Bonus, it was absolutely delicious. And so we're going to be making that on this channel because, I mean, why not, right? So I don't know if you guys are like me, where pretty much almost every day I eat the same thing, which is bacon and eggs for breakfast and then a ribeye for dinner. But this channel is for, we don't always want to have the same thing. And it's nice to be able to have a little bit of a treat or some variety all the time, or not all the time, some of the time. And so that's why I want to do this, is just to give you ideas, so that when you can, I don't know, kind of play a little bit and not have the same thing every day. Some people are content with that. I'm more content with the same thing every day. My husband really likes the variety. It helps him stay on the diet. So it kind of works out. And then from time to time, I get to try something new and have a treat. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. And when you come back, I will be done rolling all these things and they'll be ready to go in the oven. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm all set now. The last thing I'm going to do before I put these in the oven is I'm just going to check the ends. I'm going to throw some stuff on the floor. I'm just going to check the ends here and then kind of make sure I don't feel any ham or Swiss sticking out. This one is bothering me a little bit. I think it's real close. So I'm going to use a toothpick and just kind of shove it in the end here, stitch it together. And then everything else is, there's another one, tucked in pretty tight. So I just want to kind of tuck it in. And again, I'm using a toothpick to hold it together. I'm going to double up on this one. Sometimes it helps. Worth a shot. All right. So these are ready to go in the oven. So I will put them in the oven. I'll do something to them. I will cook them for 20 to 25 minutes. And then I want to take the temperature of the meat, right? Not the molten cheese. I want to know if the chicken's done. So the temperature should be about 160 degrees, which I believe is 70 Celsius. So 160 Fahrenheit. So here we are. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Without them falling on the floor. All right. So these are ready to go in. What we like to do is let me put these in. We'll never eat otherwise. All right. Here we go. Okay. So what we like to do is there's a white cream sauce. It's made with heavy cream, a little bit of bone broth, and salt and pepper. Anyway, so I'm going to make some of that up to put on it. That'll be in a separate video that I'll link to this. Just, you want to put something on it. Sometimes people put mayonnaise mixed with mustard on top of it. So if you want to make your, carnivore mayonnaise with mustard, do that. I'm not a huge fan. I really like the white gravy. So stay tuned. Come back. Don't go anywhere. In a minute, you'll see the finished product and how delicious it is. Thanks. Bye. All right. So everything's done. Got a little bit of leaking, but nothing bad. And the parchment paper will take care of everything. So I just want to show you. These smell amazing. Let me show you how nice these came out. So there you go. So these are ready now for sauce. And I forgot to mark which one had the prosciutto in it. So it'll be kind of a surprise once we get these opened up. Anyway, I hope you try this. It's super easy. Again, it's another impressive meal. If you have people over, you can make it and you'll be carnivore. They'll be excited because they're getting this treat. And it's totally on the menu. So enjoy. Let me know if you try this. I'd love to hear your feedback.